So what we got here is a Fender Jazz bass. It's got a particularly annoying problem that it buzzes. Right? So even though we got the two single coil pickups supposed to be out of phase with each other, or polarity should be different rather, and when they're both on, they should cancel each other out, cancel that buzz out. Might be getting some of the terms wrong, but that's the point. So the volumes are working, but so if I turn the volume off on this, you can see that I tap there's nothing there, but if I turn it all the way on, it's on. Same thing for the other one here. So the volumes are working. It's just what I found out online is that so this is a compass facing north, right? And there's there's that magnet. So here's the south, right? So we take this compass and we go over to our magnets. South is pointing, the south pole is facing up on both magnets. One should be north, one should be south, but they're both facing the same. So what we're going to try to do is flip the polarity, magnetic polarity of this magnet by removing it and flipping some magnets to the other side, and then rewiring it to the pot here in reverse. After taking out all the screws and loosening the strings, I'm able to get this pull this out here and take a look inside. You'll notice there's no shielding in here at all. I'm not sure it would do much, but it wouldn't hurt to have some shielding in there and to make sure that's grounded to the bridge. But what do I know? So I'm gonna next take out the pickup, start working on that, but I do want to take note that the yellow wire for the bridge pickup is going to the terminal of the potentiometer, the pot, and the black wire is soldered directly to the housing of the pot. That's the ground. What I decided to do instead of removing the solder joints here, because I just don't want to mess with it, I cut the wires instead. And when I go join them back together, I'll put yellow to black here and black to yellow here. How do you get the pickup out of here? Well, get yourself kind of like that. I'm just pushing it through. These on each side are magnets, and they are currently with the north side facing out. And what we're going to do is remove these long magnets. They're glued on, but with a little, like an X-Acto or whatever, remove it, clean it up a little bit, and then we're going to flip them over. I'm also going to mark the magnet so I don't forget which side was facing up. So with a little bit of effort, going down along this side with the X-Acto, getting the blade in there and working it down, and then cutting along these edges here. So eventually able to peel it off, and then I got the magnet here. And you can see it's attracted there. Well, let's get over there. I'm going to do the same for the other side, and then we'll go from there. Now I got the magnets removed. I'm going to clean up some of this glue. I don't have a tripod, but I need two hands to do this. So here's the pickup as we remember, right? And the south pole is at the top, and that's the same as the pickup over there. What we want to do, when we flip it over, there's a north pole. What we want to do is, after being able to remove these magnets, literally going to take them off, flip them over, and put them back on. That's it. Now when I turn them, put the compass next to it, it's now north. The green north is pointing at it. We reversed the magnetic polarity of the pickup. That's it. And then I got to figure out just how to glue this down, or even if I need to glue it down, it's on there pretty good with the magnet. Maybe I'll just leave it the way it is, and this will be on the back to just hold it in place. So maybe I won't glue it at all. I'll just leave it just like that. So then let's go splice it back in, see if that takes care of it. It's time to put the wires back together. So we have our black and our yellow wire, and I put some shrink tubing on here that's going to insulate the connections once I get them soldered together. And I've used a pair of wire strippers to strip off the outer layer of the wires. And I'm going to splice these together, black to yellow and yellow to black, and then solder them together, and then heat up the shrink tube over it to insulate the connection. Okay, so I've joined the wires, I've soldered them, and now I'm just hitting it with the hot iron to shrink the shrink tube. It takes a couple seconds, but the shrink tube will protect the connections, keep them so they're not touching each other, shorting out. All right, well done. Those look good. So again, yellow to black, black to yellow. And now the pickup is in. What we're going to do before we put it all back together, we're just going to plug it in and test it and see if we still get that buzz. Okay, so we're plugged back in and we've got the volume on, and volume is down on both of the pickups. I'm going to turn one up. You can hear that buzz, but when I turn the other one up, the buzz goes away.